what do you have for us today on what's trending so that we can get that done? We have some realtors that is okay. Let me just give you an update of what's going to happen throughout the program today so that you will know that it's worth your time. Now, the first one on our list here is the what's trending on real estate. Deco is going to handle that. It's just going to take a few minutes. When we're done with that, we'll come back and open our phone lines. Don't forget, you and I, now they run this matter together. So you have to get ready so they can participate actively. Very soon we'll start dashing money in this program, but all these people that have not been active, has not been participating all this while, you're doing yourself. For you have to make sure you call us, send us messages on WhatsApp, send us messages as text message so that you will participate with us. You don't have to buy a property or be a property owner before you can participate with us, okay? So make sure that you're participating. You never can tell when money now comes, you know exactly where you're going to channel that. Okay, so Deco, I'm passing the microphone to you so that you can tell us what's trending in housing.
Thank you very much, Lizzie. A lot of event has happened over the past few days, and it's been news. And the number one on our top chart today on what is trending is 2 years of the current administration in housing, the midterm report in the Nigerian housing sector. And a lot of Nigerians have actually come online to acknowledge and thank the current Minister for Housing, Architect Mohammed Dangiwa's effort in providing affordable housing for Nigerians, and through the Bola Tinubu's renewed hope cities and estates. Also, a lot of Nigerians have equally given the minister a knock for not bridging the over 20 million housing deficit gaps in the country. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's been 2 years of the renewed hope agenda in the real estate, in the housing sector, I beg your pardon, and a lot of Nigerians are talking about it online. Lizzie, midterm report, 2 years.
Well, to me, I'll say that it's been an amazing 2 years. Yes, it is. It has actually been, and the housing sector is not left behind. So it's a very good thing to do an appraisal in anything you do. Whether governance, personnel, anything you do, find yourself doing, make sure that you do your own personal appraisal. And so far so good. The administration has done so well in the housing sector. I mean, we were at it was a seminar we went last weekend, and it was also part of it that was reported. Minister of Housing doing mass housing projects and all of that. So we did them a very good applause.
Lizzie, you might actually give the minister an applause.
Yes.
I may actually give him some knocks, to be candid.
Mm-hmm.
There's still much work to be done. We have over 20 million housing deficit, and the minister has not provided up to 100,000 housing project for people across the country. So the effort that they are currently saying, it's just like
a sprinkle.
In the ocean.
So
there's still much more work to do, and there is a need for the stakeholders within the housing sector, to come together and see how the private sector can actually drive this process of providing affordable houses for Nigeria. And I think that the ministry should equally look at the bureaucratic bottlenecks involved when you want to get land. There should be land reforms. Let these lands be available for developers. If the government can provide districts, develop those districts, provide the necessary amenities, and developers come in to now develop, I'm pretty much sure it's going to ease Nigeria's housing issues. And don't forget, the housing crisis is not only in Nigeria, it's actually across the whole world. Everybody is facing the housing crisis. So let's just go straight to the international scene. The United Nations is confronting the global housing emergency as billions struggle without shelters. You know, with nearly 40% of the global population living without a safe housing, secure lands, or access to clean water and sanitation, the United Nations is sounding the alarm over a mounting crisis that cuts across continents and economies. According to a recent estimates by the UN Habitat, the UN agencies for urban development, roughly 2.8 billion people worldwide are living in inadequate conditions. Of that number, more than 11 billion are packed into informal settlements or slums. At least 300 million more have no permanent shelter at all.
Oh my God.
And I really want to thank the Minister for Housing on this. There's a program by the ministry called this slums upgrade scheme, where they upgrade slums around major cities in Nigeria. And I must commend the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development for their efforts in that direction. Lizzie,
Yes.
these problems, this issue of housing crisis, housing deficit is not only peculiar to Nigeria.
Of course, it's not peculiar. It's a global thing. It's a global thing. It has always been a global thing, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. No matter, the government can do what they can do, but I guess the majority of the things that should be done still lies on the individual. I don't think it's the government. I don't know. But, forgive me if I'm not right on this, but I don't think the government has the capacity to put an end 100%.
We're not saying the government should address the crisis. Like, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of collaboration from private sector, from stakeholders, from professional groups. Where by the time these people come together, there would be a solution. I give you an example. What we currently operate in Nigeria is a system where the process that leads you to where you want to get your home, the process that will guide you amicably to a safer destination for you to get a home, is fraught with a whole lot of corruption. Is fraught with a whole lot of bureaucratic bottlenecks. So if we work assiduously as a nation to remove those bottlenecks, to make it more transparent, to promote accountability within that process, I'm very, very sure the prices of properties, the prices of lands, the prices of real estate will come down. And also, let's not forget the shenanigans of third parties, agents, and all of that. Kudos to Lagos State government. They are doing quite a lot. Let me just dive in that. It's still a trending news. They are implementing their tenancy law that now protects tenants in Lagos. You now have opportunity not to pay 1 year rent. You don't pay more than 10% of what you are paying as other charges for agents, legal fees, and all of that. And these are things other state governments should do. It's not only housing shouldn't be left for only the federal government. The state government, the local government have a role to play. And as it stands now, the bulk of that load is on the federal government. The state governments need to come in. The local government needs to come in so that Nigerians can have access to affordable housing. Housing is something that is essential. It is more of like an inalienable right for citizens to have decent place that they can call a shelter. It's because when you have a house, that's when you can think. When you have a house, that's when you can contribute meaningfully to nation building. It is when you have a house that you can go to work. It is when you have a house that you can protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria. Housing is key for our military men. It is key for our civilians. It is key for everybody in the country, because decent house, decent shelter promote efficiency in the workplace, and it's something we must not ignore.
Sure, you're right. Okay, so